whole floor all over the. No, Amai. No. No. That is bad. That is very, very bad. We don't bite people. Yes, we don't bite people. What's wrong with you? Hey beautiful people, welcome to the channel if you are new here, or welcome back to the channel if you are a returning subscriber. From the title of the video, today's video is going to be a story time about how I got my cat, because I had promised on one of my shorts that I was going to do a story time, and I also want to give you guys 5 things that I learned since being a cat owner. But before I get into the video, I just want to update you guys that I now have access to my community tab. So I would be posting like inspirational photos, inspirational posts. I would also be posting like upcoming videos, when I would be taking a break, when I would be late. These kind of stuff would now be available on the community tab of the channel. All right, let's get into it. So my cat, I have always wanted a cat. I had dogs when I was younger, like between the age of 9, I think somewhere around 8, 9. We had brought them home. The mommy had them, and there was this in a box under the school stairs, and we just take up 2 of them and we bring them home. And I've always had dogs, but when I used to live with my grandmother before, my grandmother on my father's side, she had cats. So I had the experience with both dogs and cats, and I decided that I am more of a cat person, because dogs require too much energy, and I am not a person that like to be going and running here and there behind no dog, walking nothing and running up and down behind nothing. I'm more calm, and I like cats because cats seem more calm and more docile, and an indoor cat would suit me perfectly for my personality. I made up in my mind in 2020, the height of the pandemic, that I was going to get a cat. I was on Google a day, just searching up cats and the type of different cats, the different breeds, and I saw this nice white cat. I was like, oh, I want that cat. That is the kind of cat that I want for myself. So I started researching, looking at cost and all these different kind of stuff. And then I realized, like, I don't like certain kinds of cats. I don't like certain features about them, and I realized I'm picky choosy. And then eventually I settled on a Russian blue, because I like Russian blue cats. And I decided that is the one that I want. And I went about looking to see like where I could get a Russian blue cat in Trinidad. Then I realized, okay, this is kind of out of reach. I would not be able to get a Russian blue cat here, because people don't really rear that kind of cat in this country. And to import one would be too much of a headache. I had nobody to help me to get one from away. So I kind of give up the dream for a little bit. Anyhow, this year, I think it was in September, I was just minding my business and I went upon WhatsApp. One of my associates posted a sort of saying, Persian kittens for adoption. If anybody interested, please hit me up. Kittens are free. So I went now. Before I could respond to it, I was like, oh, free cats. Before I could respond to the WhatsApp message, I went up on Google and I typed in Persian cats. Click on image. I watch to see what they look like. I read up about them, blah, 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 blah. And then I messaged her and I told her, I said, I am interested in getting one of the kittens. And if you have any pictures that I could see what they look like. And she said, yes. And hold on, she could send me pictures. Then when she sent me pictures, I was like, oh, this cat is so sweet. I was in love. And you know how you could take the pictures and you could put it in image search. I take the picture of the kitten that she sent to me and I put it in image search, Turkish van cat, and Turkish Angora came up. She also sent a picture of the mother, and when I watched the mother, when I watched the features of the Turkish Angora, I was like, she had to be a Turkish Angora because she don't look kind of nothing like the Turkish Van Cat, because the Turkish Van Cats the hair more short. Meanwhile, she has like this kind of big bushy tail. Look, she is a Turkish Angora. I say, yes, I interested in this kind of cat. So I messaged her and I said that I was interested and I wanted one. And I literally sit down counting the days until I could bring home the cat, because I had to wait until she was potty trained and wean off as she mother and she started eating solid food and stuff. Anyways, the day when I brought her home, it was a Saturday. I went to work the morning, and then when I left work, I went to the pet store. I went to get litter, a litter box, food, shampoo, cat wipes, brush, clippers to clip she nails, all these different kind of things. And I wanted to come home and get my son to help me with she, but the lady called and say how she had to go out for 1 o'clock and she wanted to know if I was still coming for the cat, blah blah. So I said yes, I'm still coming. And I end up going there, and that's a mistake that I make. Anyhow, when I went there with the lady, the first cat that she bring out was Amai. And when she bring her out, it wasn't like an instant like, wow, this is the one. The mother came out and she tied the mother on the kind of thing that they have on the veranda. And it's instantly like when she see her mother, she just spring up, she come alive, she started fighting to go and get milk and thing from her mother. And I watched and I was like, yes, yes, my girl bad. I don't know what it is about as a own way cat that just kind of like, yeah, tell me that, yeah, that is the one I want. But the fact that she willing to go to get what she want and do what she want is like, yeah, that is it. I kind of like say yes, that is it. And then she bring out two other ones. Two was males. I had originally said that I wanted a male cat, but when I see Amai, it's like that went out. But when I see them, they was kind of like, they didn't have much of a personality. They was just kind of like, there wasn't it. There wasn't it. There was just not it. So I ended up taking Amai. We put her in a shoebox. I put her in the car, windows wind up, AC on, and I started driving down the road with Madam on the seat next to me in the box. She decided, because she was never in a moving car before, so she was frightened. She don't know who's me. I take she out of the environment that she end up jumping out the box, going under the seat, and she was meowing under there for the longest while, because under the seat was very hot. I was driving up and down, it was a hot day. So I was frightened I should have like burned herself or something under the day. I don't know where that idea come from, but that's how I was thinking. So I get out the toy and I started shaking it. It had a little bell in it. And when she heard the bell, she come out from under the seat and she climbed up back on the seat, and the seat next to me, and she was trying to catch fish thing. Then eventually she decided she wanted to climb on top of me as I drive in. Thank God I buy treats. I had to take the treats, open one of them. When I saw by the stoplight, open one of them, and I had to be feeding her with one hand and driving down the road with the other hand. Anyhow, we eventually make it down the road. I give her probably like the whole pack of treats. When she come home, she kind of like, it didn't take her long to get accustomed to the house. She looked at everything, she looked at people, and she immediately accepted the fact that, look, this human being here is the one who is responsible for me. And she was like, she clicked on me immediately, and that was it. So this is the story of how I got my cat. Also, in addition, I want to talk about things that I learned since becoming a cat parent. This might help somebody who now getting a cat for the first time, and might save you some of the stress that I went through. The first thing that I want to talk about is feeding schedule. When I first bring home Amai, I used to feed her 3 times for the day because I went and I researched how many times for the day is supposed to feed a kitten, what kind of food they're supposed to eat. And I used to feed her 3 times for the day. So I used to feed her in the morning between 4 and 5 when I wake up to prepare to go to work. And then I would drive home because she was only like 7 or 8 weeks. And I would feed her lunchtime between 12 and 1. And then I would feed her in the evening about 6 o'clock when I come home from work. Then eventually I started free feeding her, which is not a good idea. Do not ever free feed a cat. The first day that I free feed this cat made my life a living hell. She had the zoomies. The first 2 days when she came home, I was home, it was weekend. So she got food lunchtime, and soon as I finished feeding her, I removed the bowl, clean up whatever food it had in it, wash it and put it back. So she know, okay, no food going in the bowl. Then this human being feeding me, so I had to listen to this human being. The second day was the same thing. The third day, however, because I was going to work, I decided that I would leave food in the bowl and let her eat whenever she wanted to eat and these kind of things. And that was a mistake because she stopped respecting me as the alpha. And she had zoomies. She was just jumping here, there, everywhere. She not listening. She hissing at people. She couldn't even hiss properly, but she hissing, trying to hiss. And she was just misbehaving. And then I realized that the reason why she was misbehaving is because I free feeding her. So I stopped. I get her to know that, okay, you only get food 5 o'clock in the morning, you'll get food lunchtime, and you would get food for your dinner. You stick to a schedule and you feed them at a scheduled time. Another thing with the feeding schedule, you have to get them accustomed to feeding at not an ungodly hour, because this feeding between 4 and 5 o'clock, it came back to bite me in my ass one day when I was not feeling good. I usually get up between 4 and 5 during the week, and then on weekends I would get up like 6 o'clock in the morning. Like a stalker outside my door, you know. Just get up early to do nothing. And Madam Lady started rocking down my door. I don't know if she was throwing herself into the door or if she put her paw on it and she was rocking it. But she was just rocking down the door and she was meowing, and we had to get up to feed her. And if she sleep in the boys' bedroom with them, because sometimes they will carry her in their room to sleep with them, she would climb up on the bed and she would be all up in their face, bothering them until they get up, open the door, let she out, and put food in the bowl for she. So don't feed them at an ungodly hour. Don't get them accustomed to eating at an ungodly hour, and don't free feed them, because then you would see hell. Training. It is very, very important. Whatever you train them with in the beginning when they come home, that is what they will continue. Don't ever be afraid to discipline your cats. My cat, she don't really give me trouble. I don't know if it's because I watch like a million, I think it's at Jackson Galaxy. I watch like all his videos on cats and training them and disciplining them and whatever. What I have been learning with Amai lately, Amai will not do something in my face. When my back is turned is a whole different story, just like cheering. So if you train them not to jump on your counters, not to jump on your chair, not to scratch up your furniture, not to do certain things, they would not do it when you are there. But they might do it when you're not there. But the main thing is the training is there, because with Amai, I know she has enough sense not to go on my bed, because sometimes when I do catch her in the off on my bed, she would jump off immediately. When she see me come in, she jump off and she gone. Or she would sit down on the bed and turn her face and pretend like she don't know who's me, she don't know what I doing here, and she don't know why I bothering she with she bed. But training them is important. Them not to bite wires, not to jump on the bed, jump on the counter. These kind of things is very important. If you train them to bathe, they will bathe. If you train them to clip the nails and you make it an enjoyable experience for them, they will clip the nails without a problem. And training them requires patience. For example, Amai did not like getting blow dry after she finished bathing because she was frightened with the blow dry noise. But now she don't fight up too much with it because I get her accustomed to being blow dry after she bathes. Because usually when she bathes, she just shiver, she's be cold. So I get her accustomed to, okay, sit down and let me blow dry you. And even if you hear any noise, nothing killing you, nothing harming you, you're safe. And just take your time and let me blow you out. It just takes patience and kindness, and you could get a cat to do anything you want them to do. And they need to trust you. They need to trust that you would not harm them. They're not in no danger, and they could just relax and do whatever. Sleeping schedule. When Amai first come home, I allowed her to sleep in my bedroom. At 3 o'clock in the morning, she woke up and she decided that she wanted to play. I don't play about my sleep. I don't even let my children bother me. When I lay down in my bed, nobody don't bother me. Even if the world ending, don't wake me up. I get mad, I get up, I put she outside, and I lock the door. I lock my bedroom door, and I was quiet, like listening to hear what she gonna be doing. She was meowing outside my door, and she was pushing she paws underneath the door, and she was trying to like come inside the room. She don't give trouble anymore to sleep because she know, okay, 8:30, I go to bed. 5 o'clock in the morning, I will be up. If she food, good night. So she accustomed to my sleeping schedule because I get her accustomed to my
Sweet
sleeping
dreams.
schedule and keep me up. If you want me
Sweet
to
dreams.
keep going to work
Sweet
and
dreams.
getting to
Go and
eat
sleep.
skis, I need to sleep.
Close your
Don't
eye
need
and go to
nobody
bed.
bothering me from my sleep.
Bye-bye.
Grooming. Like I was saying, whatever you train your cat with, that is what your cat would continue with. So when I first brought home Amai, she had this kind of animal smell. I give her a bath. And then I started to train her like every week. You get a bath, you get your nails filed down and or clip because its nails grow fast. I don't know why she nails grow so fast, but you get your ears clean, your nose clean, your eyes clean, and brush. She just get brushed every night. Either I just brush her, one of them children just brush she, but she gets accustomed to brushing every night. And she realized that, look, that is something that you have to do. So she don't really fight up too much with it. She just relax and take she little brushing. We get her accustomed to it. Whatever you get them accustomed to, that is what they will tolerate. Because cats, regardless of people saying that cats kind of standoffish, cats are very loving, but you have to make it like non-threatening. Once they realize you're a non-threatening person to them, they go relax at you. Litter box. The size of the litter box matters. Do not go and get a small litter box and tell yourself that that will work. Go and get one of the ones that covered or a big one, a deep one. From my experience with Amai, she just go in the litter box and she just had to make holes. She would dig to the left, dig to the right, dig all over the place, make a mess outside of the litter box with the litter, and I had to be sweeping constantly. So you have to get a deep litter box so that when you put the litter, if you have a cat that likes to make a hole to do the business, the litter would not be all over the place. And if you put a mat next to the litter box or under the litter box, when they come out of the bathroom, they would wipe the foot. I literally stand up at night watching she use the litter box, and I realized that when she come out, she wipes her foot. She is like, she fancy. I like it. The smells in the litter box. A good way to get rid of the smell in the litter box. Well, I couldn't stand the smells. I usually tidy my litter box twice for the day. So I do it in the mornings before I go to work, and then I would do it in the evening when I come home from work. So I could not handle the smell of the litter box. So what I usually put a little bit of baking soda in the litter box. Not plenty because it's toxic to kittens, and if they go and they eat it, they could die. Put like a little bit, a little amount, and then I mix it in with the litter so that it kind of kills the scent of the litter of itself and the number ones and the number twos. So I don't know if that might work for you, but it surely works for me, and it eases the smells in my house. And last but not least, dealing with their personality. My cat has a personality. She fast. She fast. She like to mind people business. A cat is just like a human being. They have their own mindset. They have their own personalities. They have their own ways. And to get along with a cat, you have to learn your cat. You have to learn what they will do, what they wouldn't do, what they like, what they don't like. For example, Amai fast. She personal. She would get your food. She would not be finished eating. She hear a song. She'll go and see what going on. Then she'll come back to she food. In the beginning, I would usually take the food and put it away. And then she would come back and she would sit down and she would meow, meow, meow. And then I get to realize, you know what, this cat so fast that if she hear something, she forget about eating. She gone and mind the business, and then she'll come back. So I usually leave the bowl until I realize that okay, she done eating. She done mind everybody business. She done do what she had to do. She done eating and she don't want any more food. She's not interested in food. Number two, sometimes your cat might be stubborn, they might be strong-willed, and you have to learn how to compromise with your cat. So, like for example, she likes to go on my bed. For whatever reason, I don't know. I do not allow her on my bed. We usually fight. But if she bathe, just as she get her weekly bath, and she wants to jump up on my bed, I would allow her for like maybe 2 minutes until she start doing some kind of crap, and then I put she off my bed. And she likes to be free. She don't like to be cooped up. She hate people like locking she up in one place, holding she back. So I just kind of basically allow she to run around, but you're not allowed to go in the prohibited areas. You're not allowed to do the prohibited things. She like to go in the bins. I have 2 bins in the house, the one in the bathroom and the one in my bedroom. She likes to go in the bin, and she likes to go mind the business and see what's going on in the bin. So when I am not at home, I do not leave anything in the bins because she does go in it. Or if I do have something in the bin and I am right there and I see she going in it, I would say, no, Amai, no, no. And then she would walk away. Because, like I say, she fast. So, you have to know how to deal with your cat, because a cat is just like a human being. They have their own mind. You have to learn how to deal with them. You have to have the patience. You have to be kind to them. You have to respect them. When you respect the animal will respect you too. And yeah, that is basically it. These are the things that I learned about having a cat. If you guys like this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys in the next video, and always
be yourself. Nobody fear till you fear yourself. What's important, how you see yourself. They won't see it till you see yourself. Can't get money